Welcome back to the final piece of my Spider-Man review series leading up to Spider-Man Brand New Day, which is now in theaters. And Spider-Man No Way Home is one of the most satisfying movies ever made. And if you haven't seen this film already, I will be going into some spoilers. But just on the level of fan service, this film is so awesome. Just seeing all the villains interact with each other, eventually seeing all three of these Spider-Men meet each other for the first time, and all the banter between all these different characters, and them asking each other questions, figuring out things about each other's universes is so amazing. But also this film, I think, nailed something that a lot of movies that try for fan service don't often get, is that it's fan service with a lot of heart. They have Tom Holland's Spider-Man bring all these villains to try to help them and to try to fix them. And that was just such a unique and wholesome thing to do, like 8 live action movies into this franchise. When you have all the Spider-Men coming together, and there's a lot of points that I cried in this movie, but especially when they're having that sort of intervention and trying to help Peter, but also in other points in the movie trying to prevent him from making the same mistakes that they did, and you feel the weight of these older Spider-Men. And going back to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, there's a very compelling personal story for him in here, where everybody thinks about this movie and they think about the 3 Spider-Men, but it's really about the dynamic of 3 that this Peter has with Ned and his girlfriend MJ. And it's pretty heartbreaking at the end when he's telling them goodbye, because they're going to forget who he is. Everybody is going to forget that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And for all the movies, all the comic book films that I've seen do this trope of the hero having to go at it alone, can't have anybody in his life because they're just going to get hurt. And that's never resonated with me. But there's one film that has done it right and has done it excellently. And it is this movie, because you actually get to feel that inside of Peter. Once you get to that end and he sees them and he sees that they can move on with their own lives without him. A bit of a sad realization, but it's also a very beautiful way to end this film. Both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield each had one film to set up their origin story. And yet it's like Tom Holland has had this trilogy to set him up to be Spider-Man. And this was the perfect end to it. I'm going to give Spider-Man No Way Home an A+.